Well, joining us now to talk a lot more about this, we're going to dive deeper. Tennessee Republican Congressman and member of the House Oversight and Accountability Committee, Congressman Tim Burchett. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us. Happy holidays.
Thank you, ma'am. Merry Christmas to you and a Happy New Year.
Thank you. Yep, just around the corner. Well, President-elect Trump wants to keep TikTok alive now. He's asking the Supreme Court to delay that ban so he can negotiate. What's your take? Should TikTok be banned?
Well, the only person I could ever think of pulling something like this off would be Donald J. Trump. He's got a right to reevaluate it. I think that the threat with it is not TikTok. It's just the Chinese influence. It's everything they do with it. They use it for kids who are self-diagnosing mental illnesses. You're seeing things like a rise in the trans movement, things like that. Kids are self-diagnosing that over the internet, and there's some harmful aspects to TikTok, and it targets kids. I think if we could get some control over it and keep the Chinese propaganda machine out of it, I think it would be much better if it was in American hands or someone that was friendly to us other than the Chinese Communist Party.
Yeah, look, the harm for any of the platforms, really, to your point, a horse seems to be bolted, but we got to get things under control on all of them in different ways. But this, of course, is different because of the Chinese government involvement. They're a Chinese company. Onto this, the MAGA base is divided on the push to expand these work visas in the tech industry. We've got Vivek Ramaswamy taking to X, criticizing American culture for venerating mediocrity over excellence, saying things along the lines of, we need more math and less mediocrity, more math, less hanging out at the mall. Why is your party divided, though, before Trump is even back in the White House? Is this growing pains as the party expands, or is there trouble in paradise?
I don't think there's trouble in paradise, ma'am. I think we need to get off this victory lap and get to work and figure this thing out. There is a process that is in place, or it could be in place, that would allow for immigration that we definitely need. You go to any of our national labs or any of our colleges and universities, and a growing number of the folks don't look like me or you. And, they come from other countries. They're coming here for freedom, and they want to help us. I think the fear we have, again, is the infiltration with the Chinese Communist Party and other things that we've allowed into our colleges, universities, and and even our national defense installation. So I think there's some valid concern, but I think there's a path to get there. If we could just slow down, we might get there a little faster. And Vivek, what the point I think he's making is that we ought to embrace this. We are a nation of immigrants, and these people can enrich our country if they want to become American citizens. And I think that's the key to it all. We can't really. I'm worried about the loners, the ones that come over here for the highest bidder, and then they take all of our technology and everything back overseas with them. So I'm hoping that this is more of a way to bring people into our country that will benefit our country.
Whatever is going to help us grow in American excellence and help American families, really. It's funny, last weekend while people were getting ready for Christmas, people had tuned out somewhat, and we were narrowly escaping a government shutdown. You were one of the 38 Republicans who voted against the Trump-backed spending bill this month. Many members of your own party are criticizing Speaker Mike Johnson for initially cutting a deal with Democratic leaders to extend government funding. The House is set to vote on a new speaker next Friday. Mike Johnson could potentially lose the speakership. Who are you going to be voting for?
Well, currently, Mike Johnson's the only person that's running for it. So if he is it, then I will be with Mike Johnson. I think it has a lot to do with President Trump, though, who he works with the best and who he can work with in the future. He's worked very well in the past with Mike Johnson. They keep close contact. I think that's very important. And I think President Trump ultimately will play the largest role in that.
And the whole line about cutting a deal with Democrats, I mean, really, isn't that what Americans want the government to do, for lawmakers to be able to reach across the aisle and not just stay painted in your own corners and get things done that are going to help move the country along?
Yes, ma'am. I think as Speaker's ultimate goal is to keep the government open. I represent a very conservative area, and we're concerned about the spending, adding another $1 trillion to our debt every 100 days. And those are some of the reasons we didn't vote for it. There's so much in that bill. There was $5 billion for submarines. It should have been in the National Defense Authorization Act, which was passed 2 weeks prior, which was bloated with billions of more dollars. They can't find over $1 trillion in assets over there.
Right.
We need to be auditing them and following the audit. They've not passed the last 7 or 8 audits. So That's definite work, and that's some things we need to work on.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.